Okay, I'm going to do this little video on Gunther. So he is a ram, and he was bottle fed. And everybody hates bottle fed rams, but I absolutely love him. This one is not bottle fed. He's not real tame, though. I mean, you can't do anything with him. He's getting to be older now, 4. He's never come and charged at anybody. This is actually the closest I've ever been able to get to him. And they always say, oh, don't pet him, don't pet him. That's going to teach him how to ram and be friendly. And so Gunther had started out doing that, and I taught him real quick that when he decided he wanted to come and ram me, I would pet him under his cheek, and then I would stick my finger down his mouth. Just hold that there. Hold his tongue down, and he does not like that. He wants to get away from me. Oh, see how he's throwing that head forward? He wants my finger out of his mouth. Okay, so every time he would approach me with his head, because he wanted attention, he wanted to check me out, whatever, I would go under, because you don't want to tilt their head down and into that ramming motion. And then, like I said, just stick your finger in his holding. And he decides, I don't want to be around you anymore because I don't like your finger in my mouth. I don't like you holding down my tongue. This is not fun. This is uncomfortable. And he's just working to get away from it, working to get away from it. Now, he's been through that quite a bit, so he knows. And I will pet him, and he'll come and he'll rub on me. So what I would do, anytime he wanted to be rubbed, and I don't mind rubbing on him. I love him. So what I would do I'd redirect. And if he wanted rubbed, he could get rubbed on his hind end. And as long as he came over to me and went past me, then see, I would rub him. But see how he's got to get his back end rubbed? That's where I would rub him. So now you can see, he's done with me. He doesn't even want that pollen that was in my hand. This bag. He was like, no way, that lady's going to stick her finger in my mouth, down my throat, hold down my tongue. And that's the little things you do that make them not want to be around you. I've done that with like a dog, puppies, when they want to bite and be mouthy on you, and always have your hands in their mouths. Just go ahead and push down their tongue down back into the back of their throat. And they really don't like that feeling. And they will quickly try to get your hand out of their mouth. So it works for the large guardian dogs. If you have a problem with them when they're puppies always wanting to bite and chew on you, go ahead and give them your hand. Just show them what your fingers can do and push down those tongues, and they will really try to reject your hand at that time. And then you can quickly train them not to bite. Okay, with my trick with like turkey who want to attack, or roosters, just pick them up and hold them for long periods of time. You'll find right away they do not want to be held. And if every time they start to come at you, you pick them up and you hold them and make them stay there, they like, oh, forget it. I don't even want to go near that lady because I know she picks me up. And I know it works because we had a tom turkey that would attack, and my daughter did not want to pick it up. She was afraid of it, scared to death of it, and it would run and chase after her every time because she would run from it. But every time I would come out, he was like heading the other direction. And that's because I would force him. I would grab him up and I would hold him and I would just really waller all over him, which he did not like. And so he learned real quick. He did not want to be near me, and so I would never have to worry about him coming after me. So try those things with your roosters, your turkeys, anything being mean, a ram that's aggressive. If he wants to be right up with you, go ahead. Okay, I'll be right up with you and in your mouth. And they do not like their mouths being intruded upon. So go ahead and give it a shot. I think you'll find that it works really well. And then if they want affection, because usually your rams are affectionate, go ahead and redirect them on past you and really love on their rumps. That way you can give them love just as much as your other ones. It's just not a facial type rub. And eventually, once they learn not to ram like that, I do interact with my ram's face all the time. And so far, I haven't had any trouble with rammy lambs or anything like that. Rammy rams, because I've done that. Now, maybe I just haven't had enough rams. I mean, I have had rams before, but just don't ever try to push against them or anything like that. They just instantly push against you. And so lift their chins up and put your fingers down in their mouth, down their tongue. Be careful they don't bite you. I mean, they're not going to try to bite you, but if your finger gets between a couple teeth, it might get pinched. And you'll see how fast they back away and leave you alone. Okay, that's my tips and tricks and my DGen pen for today.